Welcome to a closer look at one of the most serious contenders in the EV space right now, the BYD Seal. Looking at this rear three-quarter view, you can immediately see the ocean aesthetics, design language BYD is so proud of. It's not just a marketing term, it's about flow. Notice how the C-pillar tapers down into that short, muscular rear deck. It gives the car a Coke bottle silhouette that feels much more athletic than its primary rival, the Tesla Model 3. That deep black paint, often called Cosmos Black, really highlights the reflections along the door panels, showing off the water ripple creases that catch the light as you move around it. The lighting and branding. Now, let's talk about that light bar. It's a full-width LED setup, but if you look closely at the edges, it has this intricate dot matrix pattern. BYD calls these raindrops. It's a level of detail you usually only find on high-end German luxe ships. Below that, you'll see the BYD Seal badge. Interestingly, on earlier models, they had the full "Build Your Dreams" spelled out across the back, but they've listened to feedback and simplified it here. It's cleaner, more premium. Underneath, we have a very aggressive rear diffuser. It's not just for show, it's part of a flat floor design that helps this car achieve a drag coefficient of just 0.219, that's world-class aerodynamics. Wheels and performance. Look at the wheels. These 19-inch alloys have a bi-tone, blade-like design that's partially closed off to reduce wind turbulence. They're wrapped in Continental Eco Contact tires here, which tell you this car is about efficiency, though the 3.8S badge you might see on some trims referring to the 0 to 100 km/h time reminds you it's a silent rocket. The stance is low, thanks to the cell-to-body (CTB) technology where the battery is actually part of the car's structure. This lowers the floor in the center of gravity. It looks planted, it looks wide, and it looks like it's moving even when it's standing still on this tarmac. Script 2. The face of the ocean. The X factor. If the rear is about muscle, the front is about precision. This is the X face of the Seal. Unlike many EVs that just have a blank, flat plastic panel where a grille used to be, BYD has sculpted the nose to look like a sports car. The hood line sits incredibly low, lower than almost any internal combustion car, because there's no engine to clear. Look at those U-shaped headlights. They flow downward into these double-tier LED daytime running lights in the bumper. Those inner ripples actually light up in a sequence, creating a signature that's unmistakable in a rearview mirror. It looks technical, almost predatory. Aerodynamics and cooling. Notice the functional air curtains just below the headlights. They channel air around the front wheels to reduce vortex drag. Even the frunk area is tightly shut for aero. People often compare this to a Porsche Taycan from this angle, and while that's a massive compliment, the Seal has its own identity. The sensors for the ADAS Advanced Driver Assistance Systems are tucked neatly into the lower intake. This car is constantly scanning the road with a suite of cameras and radars to provide that level 2 driving assistance. The way the windshield rakes back at such a sharp angle is another reason why this car is so quiet at highway speeds, the wind just slides over it. Road presence. Seeing it here on the track, you realize how long the wheelbase is. It's nearly 3 meters, which puts the wheels right at the corners. This doesn't just help the interior space, it gives the car a planted look. The blacked-out window surrounds and the flush-fitting door handles, which pop out when you approach, keep the side profile totally smooth. It's a design that says, "I'm from the future," but it doesn't feel like a rolling gadget, it feels like a well-proportioned executive sedan. If you're tired of the minimalist look of other EVs, the Seal's textured, layered front end is a breath of fresh air. Script 3. The command center. The crystal shifter. Step inside, and the centerpiece is this, the crystal gear selector. It's designed to look like a polished gemstone or a drop of water, tying back to that ocean theme. It feels substantial in your hand, not a flimsy stock on the steering column. Surrounding it is a ring of haptic-style, physical buttons. I say haptic style because they are actually physical clicks, which is a huge win for usability. You have your drive mode toggle, your EV/HEV modes, though this is the full EV, and your audio volume roller. Having a physical volume roller right where your hand rests is an ergonomic masterstroke that many manufacturers are sadly moving away from. Tech and utility. Just ahead of the shifter, you can see the dual wireless charging pads. That's right, too. No more fighting with your passenger over who gets the juice. They are rubberized and angled so your phone doesn't slide around during spirited cornering. You can also see the Qi branding there. To the left and right, the console is wrapped in premium soft touch materials with contrast stitching. The Start/Stop button is right in the center of the hub. It glows softly when you enter the car, almost like a heartbeat. It's an inviting, tactile space that balances futuristic with functional beautifully. Materiality and finish. Now, a quick word for the perfectionists. There is a fair amount of piano black trim here. It looks stunning when clean, as it does in this shot, but keep a microfiber cloth handy because it loves a fingerprint. But look at the switches, they have a metallic finish that feels cold to the touch, adding to that premium vibe. Even the hazard light button at the bottom is integrated seamlessly into the gloss trim. It's a cockpit that feels like it was designed by people who actually drive, keeping the most important controls within a finger's reach of the armrest. Cargo and practicality. The sedan reality. Let's talk about the boring, but vital stuff, the trunk. The BYD Seal is a traditional sedan, not a hatchback, which means you have a fixed rear parcel shelf. The opening is a bit narrower than a hatch, but once you're inside, there's a surprising 400 liters of space. What's impressive here is the depth. You can see how far back that floor goes. For a family of 4, you're looking at 2 large suitcases plus a couple of soft carry-on bags. The floor is flat, and BYD has included a small net on the left side for your charging cables or grocery bags so they don't slide around. The little details. Look at the hinges. They're gooseneck style, but they are shrouded in plastic so they won't crush your luggage when you close the lid, a nice touch that some budget brands skip. The loading lip is relatively low for an EV, which makes lifting heavy crates of water or luggage easier on your back. If you look at the bottom edge of the image, you'll see the grab handle and the button for the power tailgate. Yes, it's fully electric, so you don't have to slam it shut. If you need more room, the rear seats do fold down in a 60/40 split, allowing you to slide in longer items like flat-pack furniture or skis. Underfloor secrets. Underneath that main carpeted floor, there's even more storage. Since there's no spare tire, you get a repair kit. That extra deep pocket is perfect for hiding valuables or storing the V2L vehicle-to-load adapter. That's the plug that lets you run household appliances, like a coffee machine or a laptop, off the car's battery. Overall, while it might not have the cavernous feel of an SUV, the Seal's trunk is intelligently packaged. It's a reminder that this isn't just a weekend toy, it's a car designed to handle the school run and the holiday road trip with ease. Script 5. The digital experience. The rotating party trick. Now we get to the brain of the operation, the 15.6-inch rotating touchscreen. This is BYD's signature move. With a touch of a button on the steering wheel, this screen rotates from the landscape view you see here to a vertical portrait mode. Landscape is perfect for movies while charging or using the 360-degree camera system, while portrait is fantastic for navigation, as it lets you see further down the road. The resolution is 1080p, and the brightness is high enough to be legible even in direct sunlight, as you can see from the reflections here. UI and app ecosystem. The interface is based on Android, which means it's incredibly snappy. Notice the Spotify icon. It's a native app, so you don't even need to plug your phone in to get your playlists. The layout is clean. You have your "Hi, BYD" voice assistant ready to help, and a row of cards for navigation, music, and vehicle status. At the bottom, you have a dedicated climate control bar. Even though the physical buttons are gone, the 18 degrees Celsius temperature controls are always there, so you aren't digging through menus just to defrost the windows. It feels less like a car computer and more like a high-end tablet. Customization and connectivity. The screen also handles the smart charging schedules and the vehicle's safety settings. You can see the Vehicle Image app, which gives you a transparent chassis view, perfect for avoiding curbs in tight parking spots. With 4G, 5G connectivity built in, the car